What are PowerShell variables and how do they work? Imagine you are cooking and need to keep track of ingredients. PowerShell variables are like containers that hold data so you can use it later in your script. They are essential tools for automating tasks on Windows computers. When you write a PowerShell script, variables help you store information like file paths, user names, or command results. This makes your scripts flexible and easy to update. In PowerShell, variables start with a $sign like this, $sign followed by the variable name. To create a variable, you assign a value using the equals sign. For example, if you want to store the name John in a variable called name, you write $name equals John. Once you create it, you can display the value by typing right host $name. This command shows the stored data on the screen. You do not need to declare variables before using them. If you try to use a variable that has no value, PowerShell treats it as null, which means it has no data. You can change a variable's value anytime by assigning a new one. For example, if you want to change the name from John to Jane, you just assign the new value, $name equals Jane. This flexibility allows scripts to adapt to changing conditions or gather multiple pieces of information. PowerShell offers commands to manage variables. You can clear a variable with clear variable, get a list of all variables with get variable, create new ones with new variable, delete them with remove variable, or change their values with set variable. These tools give you control over how your script handles data. Variables also have scope, which is where they can be accessed. Global variables are available everywhere in your session. Script scope variables are limited to the script or module they are created in. Local variables are only accessible within a specific function or block. You can define scope by adding keywords like $global : or $script : before the variable name. PowerShell variables can hold different types of data. You might start with a string like hello, then change it to a number like 123. This is called dynamic typing, and it makes PowerShell very flexible. You can also store collections of data, like arrays or key-value pairs in Hashtables, which are useful for managing multiple items at once. In Windows administration, variables are very helpful. You can store server names, file locations, or command outputs in variables. This makes your scripts easier to read and update. For example, if you need to run a command on multiple servers, you can store their names in a variable and loop through them. When working with PowerShell modules like Active Directory, script-scoped variables keep data organized within your script. By default, variables exist only during your PowerShell session. If you want them to stay across sessions, you can add them to your PowerShell profile. This way, your favorite settings or paths are ready whenever you open PowerShell. Understanding how variables work makes scripting more powerful and helps automate Windows tasks efficiently.